Discovering weaknesses in yourself never feels good. Hi, I'm Kirsten D. Samuel, Aftershock Recovery Method Coach. If you find yourself needing some help because you're overwhelmed by discovering your husband's pornography addiction, please hop on over to kirstendsamuel.com and click on the button that says Book a Free Session. I'd love to help you discover your next steps. Well, we moved recently and I stood at the door overwhelmed by boxes, paper, styrofoam. I hate that stuff. And for a minute or two, I considered closing the door, grabbing a book, heading to the nearest coffee shop. The mess could wait. But it couldn't. It would still be there waiting for me, stealing my peace of mind and demanding action. Over 15 years ago, I desperately wanted to run away from a different kind of mess, the mess of betrayal. One I'd spent many years ignoring and creating simultaneously. I believed life was good, even though there were signs that something wasn't quite right in my marriage relationship. In fact, I ignored them and I pushed down the hidden trauma, believing it was better not to talk about it. You see, that's the thing about messes. They don't clear up until you deal with them. Just like those boxes and pieces of things that needed to be put away when we moved, your betrayal mess requires positive action to heal. Let's look at 3 quick ways you can do this. First of all, one box at a time. When you're dealing with a mess such as betrayal from discovering your husband's porn struggles, you need to focus on one thing at a time. The avalanche of emotions and questions quickly overwhelms you. Often women tell me they don't know where to start. Well, let's talk. Hop on over to Kirsten D. Samuel, hit that Book a Free Session button. Getting help to unpack those individual boxes makes all the difference. I know it did for me. Secondly, find a home for each item or emotion. When we moved recently, an interior designer friend of mine volunteered to help me unpack, arrange furniture, and decorate. I gladly and quickly accepted. In a matter of a few days, our new home looked put together. When you're dealing with betrayal trauma recovery, you have to deal with the most pressing issues first. Then, as you progress through the healing process, other items will need to find a new home. For instance, how do you deal with distrust, anger, fear, and more? As you unpack each of those emotions, you might put it in a spot for now, knowing that you'll revisit it later. Sometimes you think you've dealt with a part of the betrayal well, but discover you need to go maybe to a deeper level. This is a normal part of the healing process. The third thing is to clear out the trash. During the recovery process, I discovered a lot of trash in my heart, mind, and soul that needed to be thrown away, kind of like those boxes after we unpacked them. Well, what kind of trash? False expectations about how life should be. And you know, if you listen to me at all, I tell you to stop shooting on yourself. Anger. The need to control everything about his recovery, false beliefs about God's character, and so much more. Wise counselors and coaches walked me through the process of allowing God to reveal the pieces of trash I had hoarded. Sometimes that pile threatened to smother me before I could deal with it. Yet with patience, guidance, and encouragement, that trash disappeared, one piece at a time. Today, when those trash pieces threaten to pile up, I know how to quickly deal with them and get help when I struggle. Messes don't disappear all at once. Take a deep breath. You aren't alone with your messes. You might deal with one type of mess quickly, yet struggle to tackle another. Now, your best friend tackles that other mess efficiently, but can't seem to make progress in a different area. Please stop comparing your mess to anyone else's. God wants to help you through each one. In the book of Joshua, when the fledgling Israelite nation stood on the east side of the Jordan River, God told them he would lead them through every battle. But here's what's interesting in that account. He told them he wouldn't remove everyone right away because other obstacles would threaten to overwhelm them. God allowed the Israelites to deal with one battle, one mess at a time, just like he does for you. So what mess of betrayal threatens to overwhelm you today? Don't wait any longer to get help. Let's talk.